Hello, dear viewers. This video is a discussion on the psychoanalysis of Patrick Bateman. Now, if you haven't seen the movie The American Psycho, you probably live under a rock or you're just uncultured. I'm sorry to say this, but it's true. Now, for those of you who have seen the movie, we're going to continue our discussion by asking ourselves several questions. Okay? Is Patrick Bateman truly evil? Now, we can go on by asking the question: is there absolute good or absolute evil? Now, it's too philosophical. I'm not gonna discuss that, because I'm not a very good philosopher myself, and we should follow that question up by asking: was what he did justifiable? Okay, and I leave this to you, my dear viewers, to find the answer to it. And we should also ask ourselves: is Patrick Bateman mentally ill? Now, I've come up with a bunch of axioms, or let's say analytical points, in which I'll cite them to you now. Now, we should keep in mind that Patrick Bateman lives in a very unrealistic world. I mean, it's pretty obvious. The people in his world is quite pretentious. It's very capitalistic, and in a capitalist society, people only value wealth, social status, in this power dynamic, and they fail to see the minute details within their everyday lives. Now, this can lead to the failure in the movie, to the failure of people seeing what Bateman did wrong, his act of killing people. Now, I'd like to go on by saying that Patrick Bateman is a narcissist. He only cares about himself. There's this one scene I remember quite fondly of him and other people comparing business cards, and he was quite pissed off when he found out that I believe it was Paul Allen who had a better business card. He was quite pissed because he's jealous of Paul Allen. He thinks that he's the best, and this sense of narcissism leads to him developing more ego, and this translates to the primal or instinctual drive, also known as the id. I think this term was coined by Sigmund Freud, but I'm not so sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's by Sigmund Freud. Now, Bateman lacks empathy. He is detached from the world because he lost a sense of self. Now, having this discussion, it reminds me of a book I read many months ago. It's called Crime and Punishment, written by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and it explores the adventure of a guy named Raskolnikov who killed people, and his argument is that some people should have the power to break law so that that person can make the world a better place. Okay? And you can sort of see the parallelism. Actually, it's not so parallel because Bateman only follows his instincts, his primal drive. He lured his victim in and killed them. Now he's very manipulative, and that's an asset. But he doesn't feel guilty after committing that crime. Now this is very scary, and this shows that he has no sense of morality. Now, could this mean that he's mentally ill? I leave this question to you. Now, nowadays, you can see memes of him being portrayed as a Sigma. He's walking with headphones on, sunglasses. Now, there's a correlation between not giving an F, being evil, to being a Sigma. Bateman is very wealthy. He's extremely attractive. He's charming, and he gets all the girls. And his evil or uncanny charm puts him in a very desirable pedestal. Women wants him. Now, funny story. A few weeks ago, I came across a video of Jordan B. Peterson explaining this sexual desire of women, and the conclusion. Now, it was about Google engineers. Those engineers were trying to find out what the pornographic desires of women are. Now, the results were quite funny, and women are compelled by vampires, werewolves, pirates, all that stuff. Now, Patrick Bateman fits into this description. So, well, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is filmmakers uses him as a symbol or as a tool to display the unfairness of a capitalist society that people fail to see. It's a facade. I'm not advocating for anything, but there's this scene in the movie in which his business partner discussed about mergers and acquisition, and he said murders and executions, and the businessman failed to notice. So you can see the facade, the wall that blinds us. And I don't know why I'm getting into politics, but I think the psychoanalysis can maybe use to analyze politics. I'm not sure, man. Bye.